Hello lovelies, welcome to another Timeless Pick a Card reading, and I hope you're all enjoying the holiday season. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be channeling messages from the angelic realm, and we'll see what comes through for you, what will help you at the moment or what information you need to know, and we'll see if any specific angelic beings come through as well. Now, I don't know if you know much about angels, but in my experience, they've been kind of misunderstood a lot of the time, I think, and I think religion has got something to do with that. Angels are beings from very high dimensions that vibrate with a high frequency, and they typically have been assigned to work with humans at this time. So they are of the positive polarity and they are there to help us, but they can't interfere with our choices or our decisions or anything that we do unless we actually ask for their help, and then there's only so much that they can do. Okay, so look at the different readings, and if you've got something in mind that you'd like some information on or you'd like some help with, then think about that when you're choosing a reading. Otherwise, you can just leave it open. So remember that the general readings and maybe all the messages might not resonate with you, so leave anything that doesn't. Okay, so I'll see you in the readings. Hello Group 1, thank you for joining me. So I'm going to be channeling messages from the angelic realms, something that's going to help you, or some advice that you need, or maybe there's something that you've been asking. Let's see what we've got here. We've got too many cards. I only usually pick them when they fall out if there's one or two, because I like to have a variety of cards on the table. We'll go with that top one. Got a few tarot cards out today, actually. We'll get those out first. Go with that one. And I've just ordered a new deck of cards with cats on. It's just come this morning, so I'm currently cleansing it before I use it. Can't wait to look at it, though. So we've got 4, the Emperor, Father. 7 of Spring, be assertive, don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. And the 5 of Keys, wishes fulfilled. Oh, that looks exciting. I'm going to turn the light on and see if it makes a difference. The light's a bit different, but we'll maybe go with that. I don't really like using these false lights in the reading, but it's looking a bit dark today. Okay, I'm going to get one more card. It looks very yellow, the light, doesn't it? Never mind. See what we've got here. 31, retreat. So you've got 2 number 4 energies on both the end cards there, which is giving me this sense of being boxed in a little bit. I feel that the number 4 energy can sometimes relate to limitations and restrictions that we put on ourselves, you know, like for example, when we stop ourselves doing from something out of fear. 4 is a really good number for releasing fear, actually, because it brings all your fears to you so that you are forced to look at them and to decide if it's actually something that's working in your favour or not. I've been in a 4 year this past year and it's been so interesting. But I also find the number 4 is really useful for understanding things as well, because it can relate to working things out and using the logical mind. And you know, if you think about like a window pane, typically a window has 4 sides to it, doesn't it? So I like, that's one of the ways I think about the number 4, is seeing something clearly, because we see through windows because they're clear. So that's a really good insight to come through with this reading, where there's something that's been boxing you in, or maybe you've boxed yourself in due to some kind of a fear of stopping yourself from doing something. Then I feel that there's a message here where you will get that understanding of why that's happened, where that fear has come from, and what you can do to release yourself from it. The number 7 here as well, this is also a really good number for understanding something. 7 relates to self-awareness, self-realization, analysing something, using the higher mind and contemplating things, because we've got the retreat card there, haven't we? So there is this energy of pulling back a little bit in this reading. But then we've also got a number 5, which is about taking action and movement and change. So I feel that there's a message first coming through from the angelic realms, that's saying that, first of all, you've been slowed down by something. Something has slowed you down in one or more areas of your life where you've had to maybe do a little bit of inner work on yourself, or you've had to look at something. Maybe you've stopped yourself from taking action on something this last year that you've been interested in doing, but you haven't felt ready for. And I feel that with this Emperor card coming out here, and then the Seven of Spring, which talks about being assertive, that is also the energy of the Emperor, isn't it? It's standing in your power. And we've got wishes fulfilled here. So I feel that there's a message coming through from the angels at the moment saying that there's something, whatever it is that you've been holding yourself back from, this wish that you've been wanting, that's been, this last year, I feel that it's been the right time for you to do that. You know, it's been a time of you taking a break and just slowing down, or looking at something, or trying to figure something out. Maybe you've been doing a little bit of inner work on yourself recently, and maybe you've been looking at your own fears, you know, where you've been figuring out what to do about how to step forward in something, or to take action in this thing that you want to move forward with, and embrace your Emperor energy, because the Emperor is about taking action. It does it in a not a forceful way. It doesn't push ahead. It's a nice gentle action of taking action, but where you stand in your own power to do something, where you no longer let yourself be limited by your own fears, where you decide, right, I'm going to go ahead with this. I'm going to do this. It's time. I'm not holding myself back anymore. So I feel that the message coming through at the moment, oh goodness. Ooh. I'm having a full body tingle. Archangel Michael has just stepped into the room. Ooh, I'm going so tingly. Oh, that is so lovely. I hope you can sense that in some way, Group 1. Oh gosh, it's absolutely intense. So yeah, Michael, thank you, Michael. It's really interesting that Michael has come through, because Michael I associate with the blue energy, especially with the throat chakra, and we've got blue on these two end cards as well. So I feel that Michael is stepping in just to deliver a personal message for this group. So he's waving about his big sword, which we typically see him holding in the pictures that depict Archangel Michael, don't we? He's like a warrior angel, but I always see him as a bit of a gentle giant, actually, because he's got such a huge force, a huge power. Whenever he comes in, I've never experienced another light being as big and intense and as powerful as Michael. So I feel that he is one of the highest vibration angelic beings that there are. So he's got all this inner power that you can ask for help with developing in yourself, so that you don't miss out on a wonderful opportunity that wants to come into your life. I mean, if we look at the image on this Wishes Fulfilled card, what I'm being drawn to, you see the window here, it's got it's been opened. It's like, so it's actually it's a barn door, isn't it, with the top open. It gives me this sense of inviting something into your life, like bringing an opportunity in that will lead to a lot of abundance for you, where you've been slowed down, or where you've slowed yourself down maybe over recent times. Archangel Michael is saying he's here now to help you to welcome in this coming opportunity and to step into your power and to take action. Okay, let's get some more cards and see what else Michael would like to tell you that will help. I'm going to go with that one. It tried to jump out. There we go, get another one. Another big chunk. I'm going to get a couple of these as well. I feel that with the key, one of the keys cards coming out, because keys in symbolism for me relate to success and solutions, and even a wish. So it's very relevant that particular card has come out for this group. Let's see. Oh, that's lovely. Ace of Diamonds, awakening. That's just what you want to see in this reading. Look at that, a king energy. King of Hearts, the crab, tenacious and protective. We've got 34 orange peel. That's another 7 energy and 20 amber light. Now, that's interesting that the amber light energy has come out under the retreat card there, because that's another slowing down energy as well as a retreat. I feel that there has been something, I'm getting the sense that there's been something that this group has needed to learn over recent times. And it may be that you've been needing to learn about yourself, you know, that more to do with self-discovery than actual academic learning. But some of you might resonate with doing some kind of a course or study this last year or over recent months, where you have slowed yourself down on purpose to do that, so that you're ready for the next stage that you want to move into. Because there is this energy here at the end of the row about moving slowly, and I do typically read from left to right, so I feel that there isn't at the moment when you're listening to this reading, I don't feel like it's time for you to take action just yet, but I feel that the message is coming in where that's going to happen, okay? Because you've got this awakening card, which is like this energy of waking you up, of bringing you out of this slow moving energy that you've been in, but that's going to happen when it's the right time for you. This king energy here, it's interesting that has come underneath this assertiveness card here with the 7 of spring, because it's that king energy of taking action again, but it's the hearts card, which relates to the emotions. So I feel that many of you in this group, you might have been going through a long phase of where you've been quite protective of your heart or of yourself or of things that you've been doing, you know, where you've been wanting to hide yourself away or hide your dreams and wishes to yourself, maybe keep them to yourself. There's this energy of being very cautious and being very careful what you're doing or what you're sharing with others. And I feel that could also be relevant moving forward, group 1, where you don't share too much with people. That's the sense that I'm getting. I'm getting that like shh kind of energy coming through where you don't say too much. And that also resonates with this quiet energy that I've spoken about earlier in the reading. But also with the King of Hearts here, with the crab, tenacious and protective. Archangel Michael is just saying here, it is going to be time to come out of your shell, because if you've been in a shell, hiding yourself away or hiding your ideas away or hiding away your wishes, you know, or just kind of keeping things to yourself or keeping yourself to yourself for a while, there is going to come a time soon where you're going to be broken out of this, and that's this awakening card that comes in. So you'll know when that happens. It's not going to happen and go unnoticed, you know. It may be that some of you wake up one morning and you just know from the moment you wake up, you know that it's time to start taking action. Or it might be that you start seeing some signs and synchronicities, or you might even have a dream. You know, messages come through from spirit, from the angels, from our guides in all kinds of ways. Our job is to be observant and to pay attention to those messages and signs, which isn't always easy, is it? Because there is so much distraction in this reality. So this is another influence that relates to the 7 energy and this energy of retreating. It's about not letting yourself get distracted from anything moving forward, you know, because we can procrastinate, we can hesitate, we can put things off, and it's so easy to engage in external distractions, but you're not helping yourself by doing that, are you, group 1? So as soon as you start to feel any kind of inclination to move forward towards your wishes, you know, you might start getting some repetitive thoughts coming in that feel like advice or like a supportive thought, you know, that's just kind of egging you on a little bit, nudging you forward. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to positive signs that you see, like white feathers, or if an amber light becomes green, if you start seeing a lot of green lights when you're out and about, if you have those where you are, that's another positive sign of go, go, go. The number 1 is also a great number for new beginnings, and we've got that in the ace there, haven't we? With this orange peel card, that's another number 7 there. This relates to you looking below the surface of yourself. This is what I've been talking about looking at what has slowed you down and why, and figuring out ways around moving through that or around it or over it. You know, look at what has slowed you down over this last year, why you've been slowed down. Is it from yourself? Is it yourself holding yourself back? Is it fear? Or is it a lack of knowledge of something? Is it a lack of experience? Or is it a lack of understanding of yourself or something else or someone else? So there is this message about, with 2 number 7s here, about digging deep inside of yourself to see. I feel that the strong message coming through here is to see what has been slowing you down, because I feel that it comes from within you, group 1. There's something inside of you that has stopped you from moving ahead with whatever this relates to, and that's been this slow moving energy here. Let's get some more cards about what could be coming in for you and any more advice from Archangel Michael. He's just standing over my right shoulder, watching and listening as I do the reading and then popping the odd thing into my mind. So we'll get a few of these cards. We have got destiny is leading you. That's a good sign. Divine intervention. Be kind to yourself. Okay. Destiny is leading you. That relates to what I was talking about getting this help from spirit, and that you'll know when it's the right time to start taking action. You'll know when you've got to that point where your energy is now aligning with this next step in your journey. You'll know. Okay. And Archangel Michael is saying to me, don't forget to ask for help. Divine intervention, that's what that is. Don't forget to ask for help, group 1, with anything and everything. We often forget, don't we, especially when we get tied up in our head and our mind, in our thoughts, and we forget to ask for help from all these wonderful spirit beings that are always there waiting to help us. So ask for help, ask for Michael's help. If you need some courage to do something, if you need help with communicating something, if you need help with self-confidence or self-belief, all of these things are what Michael is attuned to. But I mean, the angelic beings can help with all things. You don't have to call in a specific one for a specific purpose, but you can do, and that's what Michael works on specifically. But you can ask Michael for anything, you know, because some of you will have Michael as the angel assigned to you to help you with your life purpose. So I mean, I work with Michael more than any of the others, but so you can call him in for all sorts of things, you know, so don't forget to ask for help. Be kind to yourself. I'm getting the message from Michael about not beating yourself up, group 1. You know, if you feel like something has been taking a long time, or if you have been engaging in any kind of negative self-talk, Michael's saying it's not doing you any good at all. And it's time to break out of that, you know, break out of any kind of negativity that you're putting onto yourself, and talk to yourself with love. Be your own best supporter, because we can't always rely on people around us to support us, and it makes you a much stronger individual if you actually learn how to support yourself. External support is wonderful, but it isn't guaranteed to always be there, you know, and if you've always had external support, if that was taken away from you, how would that affect you? So building up, Michael's just saying, building up this level of internal support where you can cheer yourself on, where you can give yourself pep talks, and where you can talk yourself out of a dark hole that you've fallen into. This is what is going to help you the most, and this is what is going to make you a really strong person, because we are each here witnessing this reality in our own unique way, and we are each creating our own universe. This reality, it's all an illusion that we're in. None of it is real. We come here, we're programmed to believe that it's real, but each one of us is creating our own reality and our own universe. Everything that you perceive in your world is created by you, whether you believe that or not. So, you know, there are some things, as I've learned over the years, there are some things that are true regardless of whether we believe them. And then there are some things that are true because we believe them. I don't know why I felt called to say that to you, group 1, but it must be relevant for some of you. So really look at what it is that you believe in, but also Look at the things that you're not believing in that others are adamant that are true, because I feel that there may be some things around you, Group 1, that are true that you're not believing in, and some of those things could be about you. You don't see the magnificent being that you are, do you? So Archangel Michael wants to help you with that. We've got the lovely eyes on that card from the wolf. See yourself in your true light, Group 1. Okay, so I really hope that reading has helped you. Thank you for listening. Let me know in the comments, as always, how the reading resonates with you. Hope you have a fab day, and I'll see you again. Hello, Group 2. Thanks for joining me. So I'm going to bring through some messages from the angelic realms today, from angelic beings, and we'll see if any of the beings want to come through in the readings. So, a few cards to start with. We have got channeling. That's interesting. Council of Light, divine orchestration, help us in the subtle realms. Oh, that's good for this reading, isn't it? That's a good card. That is a good card to get. I'm getting the feeling that there are a group of beings coming through, actually. I feel quite distant at the moment, but I hope that they'll get closer as I get into the reading. That's number 14, Initiation, and the Count Saint Germain. Now that's interesting. You've got two cards here with groups of people. As I say, I sensed a group coming through for this reading. We have got 37 Gateway. Wow. I actually had a sense at the beginning of the reading that one of the readings, or this reading actually, was going to be to do with some kind of spiritual ability or psychic ability that relates to your divine purpose. And I feel that that's what this is. The 37 Gateway card, channeling, these both relate to psychic ability. The Initiation and the Count Saint Germain card, again, Saint Germain is one of the ascended masters, someone that you can work with. And I feel that with these two images of these beings, I feel that this group have the messages coming through here have this group bear with me. I'm going to pause for a moment because these beings are actually wanting to come forward, and I'm talking while they're coming in, so bear with me. So they want to talk to you about your spiritual gifts or abilities, your psychic abilities, that kind of thing, your spirituality, your spiritual path. That's what the message is coming through here. And so I feel that for this group, this is a message about expanding your psychic awareness, your spirituality through spiritual practices like meditation, contemplation, yoga, doing like inner work or inner breath work. For some of you, I'm getting breath work. Some of you working with crystals. I'm being shown an image of you like sitting with a crystal in your hand and connecting with the being inside the crystal. I'm getting that very specific message for some of you to start doing that, to start working in that way. Not just with crystals. Some of you might relate to this with plants, where you've got an affinity with nature, where you can channel messages, channel information. I feel that all of you have got some kind of purpose that relates to you helping people with the information that you can bring through. So I feel that whatever resonates with you, whether it's like plants, flower essences, herbalism, herbs, crystals, anything like that, you know, some kind of a natural healing thing, whether it's energy medicine or it's a plant type thing. I feel that this group have got some kind of latent ability. For most of you, it could be latent. Some of you might be aware of this ability, but even if you are, I feel that you've got a lot further to go with it, where you've got this ability where you can hold something in your hand or touch it, and you can connect with the essence of it or the being inside of it. You know, like some trees have nature beings that live in them, like tree dryads or the tree nymphs, or some of them have goblins living in them, you know, that kind of thing. And I feel that you could be very, very connected with this realm of more to do with the natural world, the energy of the natural world. So, you know, I mean, crystals come from the earth, don't they? So it's anything connected with the earth and the energy of the earth. So nature beings, nature spirits, the forces of nature, the weather, anything like that that resonates with you. I feel that you've got this ability to channel information. So some of you, for example, you could make flower essences, you could create your own flower essences, you could connect with the energy of the plant or the flower and find out how it could help people. That's just one example. Some of you might be able to really connect with crystals and speak to the being that connects with the crystal, you know, because each crystal has got its own unique frequency. Some of you might be very connected with, I'm actually getting herbalism and food, you know, where you connect with the diet and healing people through what they eat and their diet and their nutrition and using herbs and that kind of thing. You might be very attuned to that, where you can pick up what's in somebody's energy field and know what they want. You know, homeopathy might be relevant for some of you. I feel that one of the messages coming through here is that if you choose to work in any of these fields, you've got a level of intuition where you can tune into someone and know what they need without necessarily having to rely on textbook information. I'm not saying don't do the courses, but what I'm saying is if you work in these fields, I think that you could be very connected to the people that you work with, and it's like your intuition will give you this added layer and depth to prescribing somebody something, you know, like which flower essence they need, which crystals would be good for them, which homeopathic remedy would work best for them, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So I feel that some of you as well could do like mediumship. I'm also getting that for some of you, because at the end of the day, channeling messages from spirit is being medium. A lot of people just think mediumship relates to getting messages from passed on loved ones, but it isn't. That if you look up the word medium, it relates to like a tool that's used for something, a medium. And I feel that that's what you are, group 2. You're a channel. You are a channeling medium. So not necessarily speaking to passed on loved ones in the spirit realm, but channeling information and insight. It's very strong with this group. So one of the messages that I'm getting coming through the most is for you to make some time in your life for this when it feels right for you, because some of you might not be ready for this just yet, but you'll know when it's feeling right, because you'll start feeling this urge to do it, you know, and you might start getting other messages, or you might start seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities. You know, once you put your attention on something, it tends to pop up everywhere, doesn't it? You know, like for example, if you buy a certain type of car, all of a sudden you see them everywhere, even though they've been there all along. You know, whatever you put in your attention on, that's what you'll notice. And I feel that you'll know when it's the right time for you, group 2, to start moving into this. But the message coming through from this group of high vibration light beings, I feel they are from the angelic realms. They're more like the angels that help with more everyday tasks, you know, like unlike the higher angels that help with life. I mean, these are here to help you with your life purpose, but some of the angels, they help with the big lessons, so to speak. But these angels, they're here to help with more to do with everyday stuff in life and helping you to learn. And they're here to help guide you onto the path that is best for you, so that you can make the most of this ability. I feel that I do get the strong sense that there is like pathways that are set out for you. I know that I'm not going to get into free will. I've got a different opinion to most people on free will. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but I do feel for this group that there is a path set out for you to do with this. And I feel that it's meant for you. You know, this is like destiny. This is a good thing though for you, group 2. This is something that you will want in your life. I feel like there is a big expansion that is going to come in for you at some point when you are ready. And it's going to develop over time throughout your life to the point where you eventually become some kind of master at what you are doing. It's like becoming a high level. I think that's why we've got the Saint Germain card that's come out, because that's the feeling I'm getting from this, is like you will master, because him being the ascended master, I feel that you will become a master at this. You know, you have got this very special ability that many of you might not be aware of. Okay, I'm going to get some more cards actually. This is so interesting, just to see where this is going, or any more advice that the angels want to bring in for you. I'm going to choose from the same decks actually, I think. Let's turn these over. So we've got change. Yeah, there is a very positive change coming in for this group. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Change. Yeah, so, I mean, if any of you have been feeling stuck, or if you're even at that point where you're thinking, goodness me, I can't do this, I can't channel anything, or my psychic ability is not that good, it's because there needs to be some kind of breaking apart of your energy in your energy field, because I feel that there could be some stuck energy around your third eye chakra. Incidentally, I'm not kind of plugging this because of the type. Well, I am going to plug it. Yeah, I'm going to. Let's do it. I'm running the Psychic Expansion course, and at the moment there's a discount in December, so look out for that. And that can really help you to develop your connection to the spirit realms and to channel messages. If you want to ask me anything about the course, please do so. There are links below the video. I won't go on about it though. So we've got number 1, the Oracle of Delphi. Yes, absolutely. 24 healing. Very interesting cards. So with the healing card coming out, and with what I've been saying about the changing your energy here, I do feel that there is something in your energy that needs breaking apart and cleansing out of you. It feels like there's something stuck, you know, and I feel that for most of you it does relate to the third eye chakra and maybe other chakras as well. So these angels can help you with this. They can help you to heal your energy. They can help you to do what you need to do to break apart this blockage that you've got. I feel that it's built up from a long time, not just from this lifetime, but from past lifetimes. So some of you might need to do some past life work with this, where you clear the blockages, any fears, or any negative vows that you've made in the past to stop you from using your gift in a future lifetime, because I feel that does relate to some of you for sure. You know, you might not be aware of that. So ask the angels for some help with this and to guide you in the right direction for your own personal circumstances. And I feel that with this change coming in, there is some very positive change to go through. With this number 1 energy, this is like the Oracle of Delphi. So I feel that what needs to happen for this group, for group 2, is about you. There's something to do with you realizing that you have this gift, this ability, this inner power to do this. I do sense that there could be a lot of you doubting this at the moment. So I feel that there is like a bit of a hurdle for some of you to get over first. Then there may even be some fears. I'm getting this put into my mind that I think some of you might have some fears relating to connecting with spirit, or the types of beings that maybe there are certain beings that you're afraid of. Maybe you've got some fears relating to all of this, but these angels can help you to work through all of this, okay? So ask for help. If you feel that you've got some fears relating to spirit, or connecting with spirit, or low vibration spirit beings, anything to do with that, ask spirit, ask the angels for help, and they will work with you, okay? And with this Dance with Life card, I mean, physically moving about is great for breaking up the blockages in the body. That is really good. Sometimes if I'm feeling like I'm feeling a little bit lethargic, I do have a dance around my living room to dance music. I'm going to admit that on my video, but it loosens me up so much. It puts me in a really good mood, and that helps to raise my vibration. And I feel that that's one of the things that this group needs to do, is to raise your vibration, because when you're working psychically and with spirit, remember that these beings have got such a high vibration, they have to bring their vibration down to be able to communicate with you. So anything that you can do, group 2, to raise your vibration makes the communication easier to come through to you, okay? When you're feeling stuck or down or afraid or ill or anything that's a dense energy, that makes it very hard for you to connect with spirit and to receive messages and to get your inner guidance. So anything that you can do to raise your frequency, dance around, do the things that you enjoy, that is really going to help with you to connect to these high vibration beings, and then for them to then communicate with you, you'll pick it up so much easier. So I feel with this group, there is like a healing process that you need to go through, okay? So you could start that off with being drawn to the things that you're interested in, whether that is crystals or flower essences or essential oils or certain plants or colour or sound, whatever it is, go with what resonates with you. Like there are certain specific things that can really help to shift the energy in the third eye that are kind of, everybody can use them, but it might be that you need something unique to you that isn't necessarily associated with the third eye chakra. When I did my crystal healing therapy course when I became a practitioner years ago, I totally went with my intuition. I didn't realise I was doing it at the time, but the teacher told me I had a very strong intuition with it, and I was choosing crystals that weren't necessarily associated with the particular chakra, but she looked at how I brought the crystals together and where I was placing them, and she said that I've got this great affinity for using the crystals. So that helped me to realise that you don't necessarily need a piece of lapis lazuli to work with your third eye or your throat chakra. You could use a piece of citrine, you know, if that's what you feel drawn to. That's just one example, do you know what I mean? So go with what you're drawn to, because we are each unique, and the blockages in your third eye chakra, they might not need to be cleared from your third eye chakra. They might actually be connected to another chakra, you know, which relates to a different frequency, a different colour, a different type of crystal. Do you know what I mean? So what the message here is, go with what resonates with you and don't necessarily go with what everybody else does, group 2. Okay, let's just get some final message cards from this lovely group of angels. We've got 2 fallen out there. They've just fallen out. I'll get a third one like that one. See what else they want to say to you. Make a start. Lovely for this reading. It's karma and be patient. Okay, brilliant cards to confirm what I've been talking about. Make a start. This is about you beginning this new thing and making a start to change your energy. I feel that the energy, that thing that I've been talking about with this group, it is so strong. This is the first thing for you to focus on, group 2, is changing your energy. Okay, so I feel that that's where you need to start. The card relating to it's karma, I feel that this is relating to what I was talking about. Some of you have got some past stuff that needs clearing out of your energy that has caused some kind of a blockage, or maybe some current fears around using your psychic abilities. And be patient. That is a lovely message in this reading, because you can't do this in a rush, can you? Healing and clearing the energy takes a lot of inner work, and it takes time, and it is worth the time that you invest in yourself. So there's no need to rush this. Just take one step at a time, group 2, and go with what feels right for you and when it feels right for you. Okay, I really hope that has helped you. I'd love to hear from you in the comments about this. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello group 3, thank you for joining me in the reading. So I'm going to bring through some messages from the angelic realms to help you with something right now, to see what they want to say, what information they want to bring through. Let's see what we've got so far. Ace of Trees, abundance. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? One of these. I've had 4 cards out in the last readings, but I feel called to get 5 in this reading. Let's Let's move those so they all fit in. We have got wake. Oh, I'm looking at those. There's a lovely similarity there in those two cards. 20, deliberate, and the King of Forces. Will they fit? They will. Fantastic. Do you know what? I'm going to get some more cards, get the second row. Those first two readings have been quite different to each other, and I'm sensing that again for this one. We've got 10 of Angels, surrender. So those first two cards are both number 1 energies, aren't they? We've got the Star Mother, so we've got a mother, and then we've got a king, so you've got a masculine and a feminine energy. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. That's lovely. Caring. You've got 2 cards relating to caring with the Star Mother card. We have got number 6, strength. That is another energy that kind of relates to, because the elephants, you know, they're very maternal. They're very maternal and family orientated. They take care of each other. There is a strong energy here to do with that. We've got the King of Scrolls, so you've got 2 king energies there. How interesting with that is that? Now, we've got a very mix of energies here, so I'm going to just take a moment and ask the angels to come forward, because I'm getting some very mixed energies. Now, I'm picking up 2 angels, the archangels actually, that have both stepped forward. One is Gabriel and one is Raphael. They've both come forward. Let me see what they want to say. So I'm getting the sense that there is a big, lifelong message kind of thing here. I don't know if I can put all of this into words. It all came in quite quickly. Let me see if I can sort this out in my mind. Right, so I'll start with the left and see if I work my way through the cards with the messages to relate to what I was getting just then. So I feel that with this group, your soul agreed to take on some very big burdens in this lifetime. You've made some very big sacrifices, a lot of self-sacrificing. You might have had to care for one or more people that has felt a little bit heavy for you, maybe a little bit restricting, weighing you down, or you've done it out of obligation and of love, but I feel that there's some kind of care that you've given to somebody else that went on for too long, past when the person needed the care, or where there are different circumstances that are coming in for each of you. So this could be, for some of you, it could relate to you taking care of your children, but where you might have got to a point where you were overprotective or you over-mothered them because you lacked that from your own mother. So you wanted to make sure that they got everything that they needed. But I feel that you might have been... I don't know how to put this. It's like maybe just holding on a little bit too tight, shall I say. There are some of you, though, that I feel have been caring for someone that maybe hasn't been a very positive influence in your life. I'm getting this sense of the narcissistic personality, where you might have been giving and caring for that person way too much than they actually needed, although they might have led you to believe that they needed that care. And so... Or for some of you, it might relate to taking care of elderly parents where, you're doing it out of love, but it is wearing on you. It's wearing you down. It feels like you don't have a life. Whatever your situation is, I'm getting this sense that you're a very loving and caring person, but the caring that you've been giving has been at your own detriment, you know, where you haven't been caring for yourself enough. So I feel that this is part of what I spoke about at the beginning. This is part of this big burden that you've taken on, that your soul wanted you to experience as a human, where you've made a lot of sacrifices for the sake of someone else. And I feel that that's what this is relating to here with these two cards. And I feel that in doing this, because you've made these sacrifices for someone else or for other people, it might be that you feel as though you haven't received enough abundance in your life. And the reason for that is because you've been giving away so much of yourself. It's almost as if you give out this message to the universe that whatever abundance you receive, you pass it on. You're always giving to somebody else. And so eventually, you give this message that you don't want this abundance because you don't hold on to it for yourself, you know? It's like you're always giving, and not allowing this receiving and holding on to some of the things that you're receiving, including your energy. Okay, so I feel that you might have gone through some very difficult times with all of this. It might be in the long ago past for you, Group 3, or it might be more recent. As I said, I'm getting the sense of this lifelong energy here that I'm channeling for this reading. So you might each be in a different stage of what I'm talking about with the different cards. So I feel that you'll go through or have been through at some point where you do have some kind of a realization that you are lacking in something you haven't been giving to yourself, and that you maybe go through a phase where you have felt or feel very alone, you know, with what you've been going through, that you've been carrying this great burden on your own. But then I think that you get to this point where, with this wake card in the middle, where you kind of wake up to this, you wake up to what's been going on, you wake up to yourself. Maybe some of you get to the point where you experience terrible health problems, and that has come from a result of you giving away too much of yourself. If you're constantly giving away your energy and your time to somebody else, you're not keeping any of that for yourself, so you can't take care of yourself. So then your health dwindles because your energy is always leaving you, you know. So after a while, you start getting health problems. Or it may be for some of you that you have encountered, or you are at the moment going through difficult financial circumstances where you're finding it really hard to meet your basic needs, and you feel like you're not getting enough, you know, to be able to feed yourself or those closest to you, to clothe yourself or those closest to you, or to, you know, to provide. Maybe you feel like you can't provide. But I feel like for all of you, there is a point that you will get to, or maybe you've got to it already, where you have some kind of a wake-up call and you realise that you need to start gathering supplies for yourself. I'm seeing that very much in this caring card, you know, like we see the squirrels gathering nuts and burying them in the ground to keep them for a time when there is less around. I feel that this wake-up call that you come into is going to show you that you need to start taking care of yourself and your energy, and learning ways to provide for yourself where you're not always giving to other people, okay? Because the energy that I'm seeing coming in here, we've got mountains, kind of mountains on both of these, and clouds. And I feel like there's going to be a time where you rise above, where you maybe take a step back. I'm getting this sense of some of you taking a step back. I'm getting the feeling that after this wake-up call comes in and you realise that you need to change things and turn things around, you might take a step back from whatever situation this was that I've been speaking about in the earlier cards here, where you start to gather energy for yourself. You gather supplies, or you're gathering money, or it's like a gathering phase. I feel that is coming in here with the deliberate and the strength card, where you're gathering your own strength and keeping it for yourself, where you're taking your time, where you're thinking about what it is that you're doing, where you're thinking about all the actions that you're taking and looking at what can be cut back, what can be stopped, what still needs to be done, you know. So you're thinking about the next step step ahead. And you're maybe thinking about what you can do to lighten your load, because we've got the elephant here carrying the mountain on its back, which would be very heavy, wouldn't it? And I feel that there's this energy of slowing down so that you can see things more clearly, where you can start going, doing like some inner journey and work, looking at your own life and figuring out what changes need to be made. Because I'm getting this energy of reflection here with the elephant standing on the ice, because ice reflects things, doesn't it? And the ice energy, I mean, that relates to the winter, and winter is about taking a break, going within, resting. I feel that there is going to be a phase coming for you, if it hasn't come already, group 3, where you take this time to rest, to maybe self-examine, or to give yourself a bit of a life review, where you're looking at everything, at the whole picture, at what needs to change. And you're looking at how you can lighten your load and how you can take the next step and feel lighter and know what to do, know the right thing to do. I think a lot of you might struggle with knowing the right thing to do, and that's something that will come with time, because one of the other energies that relates to the 6 of Strength card with the elephant, and what this card represents, is wisdom and asking for support from your ancestors, because the 6 of Strength card also relates to our ancestors, and we've got the ancestors card here. Some of you might have been clearing family karma and ancestral behavioural patterns, you know, which might have been the heavy energy that you've been working through. And I feel that there'll come a point where you start feeling lighter because you're clearing this energy, okay? And then as we move to the right hand side of the reading, we've got these 2 king energies. These are like very powerful forces. You've actually got the King of Forces. And I feel with the King of Scrolls, this is something to do with your soul's contracts, where you get to the point where the contract that you made with these people that I've spoken about in the past, or with the actions that you're taking, or with these burdens, these sacrifices that you've been making, it all relates to the soul contracts that you've made. And I feel that there'll come this point where these contracts will end, and that you step into this new way of being, a new way of living your life, where you start to gather your inner power. You start to stand in your inner power. You become stronger. You gain more inner strength. You trust yourself more. You have more clearer decision-making processes that you go through, instead of feeling a little bit confused or doubting or hesitating. And I feel that you'll see things more clearly, and you'll get a lot more understanding about what you've gone through in your life and these experiences that you've been through. And I feel that these are all stages in your life that you'll go through, group 3. So you're going to all be at different stages. You'll resonate with each one differently. But I feel that this final stage here, this is about you stepping into your power, about you knowing what to do, about you making really good use of your energy and of your time and of your wisdom. Because many of you may have given a lot of your compassion to people or situations that didn't really deserve it, you know, and then you've ended up with no compassion left to give to yourself. So you might have really struggled with a lot of things in your life, with health or with finances, or even with finding people who are supportive. Maybe some of you haven't had many supportive people in your life. Maybe you've had difficulty in relationships. However all of this relates to you, it's going to be individual for each of you. But the energy that is coming in towards the end of the reading here is you definitely stepping into your power, thinking clearly, seeing clearly, making better decisions for you, not necessarily stopping helping people, you know, but making better use of your time, your energy, your compassion, your wisdom. It's like this is like a lifelong lesson that you're learning here. So because I tuned into Archangel Gabriel, they're just reminding me that they're still here. I feel like they've just been channeling information through me. It's just been coming out of me, and they're just reminding me that they're still there. So Archangel Gabriel very much relates to the sacral chakra and the like creativity and communication, because I feel for this group, you've needed to go through this whole experience to teach you some really important life lessons, and each of you will be learning your own life lessons. But I feel that for some of you, I think these two angels have come through because some of you will relate to Gabriel in that you are being guided towards something to do with your life purpose that relates to creativity and or communication, where that will come in later in your life, and you will come into that very strongly. And with Archangel Raphael, I'm getting this to do with very much to do with healing. And for those of you that struggle with physical health challenges, either things to do with family line, you know, if you've inherited family conditions, this is to do with you healing the family line and the health conditions associated with that. So for some of you, this is to do with your own healing energy, you healing yourself by realizing that you actually can do that, and that there are different ways to approach the healing the body than what we are taught in the Western world, and that you might investigate this in a really, really big way. And it's what I'm getting is it's such an empowering energy that is coming through that won't happen unless you go through all these different stages. And the angels are saying it's so important that you understand that your life is leading you to something that is very much to do with empowerment. So everything that you've been through that has felt difficult or heavy, or that you've had to make so many sacrifices, it is all leading you to this feeling of empowerment, of you standing in your power and knowing yourself and not being able to speak, not being afraid to speak your truth. Because I feel that you might have come from a place where, because what I was going to say was not being able to speak your truth, but then moving into this place of being able to speak your truth and having the confidence and assertiveness and, you know, being fearless in doing that and putting your needs out there and then having your needs met. It's like one lifelong transformation that this group is going through that will take different lengths of time for each of you, because you're all on your own unique path. But so each of you are going to resonate with a different stage. But it is leading you to this time where your soul contracts change and you move into some very different energies in your life, and your life completely turns around so that you can't recognize the person that you become, and you are so different to the person that you started out as. Okay, so goodness me, that was so intense. Do you want to say anything else, angels? No, that's it. Yeah, that's lovely. I feel quite lightheaded, actually. That was quite intense. So I'm going to bring the reading to a close because I really feel like I need to ground myself. Thank you so much for listening, Group 3. I really hope that that's helped you. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Hope you have a fab day, and I'll see you again in the next video.